Hey guys, AlduicS here, and we're back with Season 1, Episode 5 of Raven of the Inner Palace. After last week's end credits scene, I'll admit, definitely curious what's going on with the prince. Is it an actual haunting? Is it the manifestation of subconscious regret? Or is it a curse set by the previous empress, the Empress Dowager? Because the people in power tend to not give up lightly or easily upon their deathbed, or even just being taken from power. So maybe it's a form of revenge. It does seem to be causing him to lose sleep, maybe causing insomnia. So I wonder if we'll find that out in this episode. But we also did learn that the Raven consorts acquired things she cannot abandon. Comrades, people she trusts and cares about, going against tradition of living in isolation. So I wonder what'll come of that. Will it come to a head? Will she have to make a sacrifice? Or will she continue to go against the tradition set out for Raven consorts upon generation and generation and generation? All that remains to be seen. I did really enjoy the Skylark Princess and all of what entailed in it and how it tied into the Raven Consort's current troubles, her lack of common sense, her lack of social graces. So, wonder what story we'll get next. Will the Lewin Sorcerer show up again and cause more mischief, or will it be something else entirely? Are we going to learn the secrets of the Raven Consort, the fact that she's a priestess of this god, and how or what else it entails, basically the fact that she's like oil and water with the emperor. But before we hop into it, make sure you check out my socials, my Twitter, my Twitch, my Kitsu, my Patreon, all linked down below. It'd be very much appreciated if you could support me on those platforms, especially my Patreon. For $5 a month, you get access to my entire reaction backlog. It's full audio, full footage, no opening and ending being cut out whatsoever, no echoes, no mutings. So you get the full package. I'm currently at 5 patrons, trying to hit 10 by the end of the year, but it's not mandatory. Any support would be very much appreciated. And while you're down there, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified when I upload next. Trying to tell YouTube my channel ain't dead. It wasn't active for 4 years, so any bit helps. Anyways, let's hop into the episode. So we're starting with what we saw last time. Okay. Or is it some supernatural hijinks? So it was a nightmare, maybe? Does he not want to expose this level of weakness to her, maybe? It's important to open up and be vulnerable on occasion. Oh. Will his attendant, Jing say, I can't pronounce his name, but will he go against his wishes if it gets to a point that he can't ignore anymore and ask for help? It'd be very interesting if he decided to go against his wishes, his orders. I love the dynamic between the two. Jiu-Jiu and Raven Consort are plenty entertaining, just watching interact with each other. Can't turn down his goodwill. Plus, she must be enjoying the good food. Is it the Lewin Sorcerer? Or is it another old member of the previous dynasty? Oh. Did Luan, though, did he truly pass on? I doubt it. I love the slow build into this overarching story plot. It's really nice. I do appreciate episodic stories, but as we build into a greater plot, it's always entertaining. Oh, that's interesting. Hmm. Ah, that makes sense. I bet he's getting a little irritated because he's also just so worried about the prince himself, and his patience is being worn a little thin. He's maybe trying to think up of ways to help the prince without going against his orders, but it might come to the head, as I said, that he'll have to go directly against and ask the Raven Consort on his behalf. Or rope her into it by some form or fashion. So with this supernatural element, are there actual gods in this universe that kind of just come around? The level of trust between the two, and based especially on the promise and just the time they've spent to each other. So he's putting on a facade. It's actually affecting his health. Even if that's the case, it's affecting your health, my guy. You need to be willing to be a little bit vulnerable to your attendant or to the Raven Consort. Ask for help. So he's going against his orders. Gonna inform her about it. Very proud of him, but he cares that deeply for his master. Come on. Come on, dude. What makes you say that? Are you threatening her? Seriously? But she has the power to turn down his orders, so she's in a higher position than you. Bruh. So those are his true feelings, huh? So much for asking help for his master. There's no way to make a request. Definitely seems like he has a chip on his shoulder. Interesting. Says you, man. So I don't know what the deal with this Lewin ghost is. Oh, she was beheaded. Interesting design. But will it be that simple? Why? Ah. Yep. Just as I expected, or predicted. That he feels nervous being away from his master's side. Might need a little monetary stimulation. Interesting. Like the structure of the red light district. Ah. So is the chip on his shoulder from maybe being raised in the red light district for a while? The accompanying tune is really nice. So we're spending a little time flushing out his backstory, I guess, and his character. No one ever said it'd be easy. Oh, could it be possible that like a mother or a caretaker tried to killed herself? So he doesn't want to face his past, maybe. Memories he'd sooner rather forget. Or was she murdered? Ah, so that's the truth. And he discovered her. Definitely talk about traumatic. Okay. That's fucked either way. What the fuck? Now that's dark. That's fucked. Holy shit. Definitely understand the chip on his shoulder. And that explains the reason why he cares so much about his master, the prince, or the current emperor now. But you can only run for your memories and feelings for so long. The music with this is great. So that explains the sword then. And why he was holding it. It's a comfort to him. Especially as he had to face his past. Or a place he'd rather be. Or a place he'd rather never go to again. So it's either an actual haunting or an actual curse, not just a dream. Interesting. Such a sweet moment between these two. So another after credit scene. So he's storing away his sword. Now will he come to make a request? It's important to admit when you're wrong. Way to call her out on that. Yeah, because he truly cares about him. Exactly. Aww. Does it tie in together? What's gonna happen? What an interesting map, but that relates to what we usually see in the beginning of before the opening song. So that was episode 6 of Raven of the Inner Palace. I might be wrong. It's late at night, so my brain's partially fried after recording several videos. But isn't this the second time we got the opening in the same episode? I wonder what the significance of that is, of the map itself. Interesting. So their actual ghost, is it a curse? Does it tie into the Willow ghost at all? Or is it something else entirely? I do appreciate that we spent time with Wei Qing. I can't pronounce his name properly. Forgive me. I'm not built for these pronunciations. It'll take a while for me to learn them proper. So try not to offend anyone, but I appreciate his character, the passion he feels towards his master, the willingness to help, his desperation, and spending time learning about his backstory, where he came from, the horrible shit that happened to him. I can understand the chip on his shoulder, and I appreciate that both of them apologized to each other and found at least a partial common ground. A poison can be useful as a medicine to save some people, or however the quote goes. But I've heard it time and time before, especially as a biology student in college. So I just like the analogy. It's a great analogy, especially for the situation. And I wonder if it is a curse, if it's the previous empress's her last means of revenge, or how it affects the prince going forward. Can it be solved next episode, or is it going to continue to be a multi-episode story? I love that we're building towards a full overarching story plot. I do appreciate episodic stuff, don't get me wrong. But when you have something like that, an actual proper long storyline, it just hits different. Very curious what other things we might find in the storehouse too. Maybe there is some tie-in and exactly what is going on with the Willow ghost. I wonder how she ties into the whole story, and if we'll also see the Sorcerer Loon show up at all. But that was my reaction to everything. If you liked it or the episode itself, let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified when I upload next. Check out my links down below to all my socials, my Twitter, my Twitch, my Kitsu, my Patreon, and I hope to see you all for another video. Peace.